enormous dust devil has just taken shape right in the middle of a controlled burn in Colorado. And it's lofting hundreds of tumbleweeds into the air.
Controlled fires always have a risk because it's still a fire, and just a little bit of a shift in the weather conditions can make a controlled fire go into an out-of-control fire.
The 200-foot-high vortex is drawing flames into the whirlwind, and there's nothing firefighters can do except get out of its way.
It's almost like this fire funnel cloud that's developing. You have these little balls of flaming, floating tumbleweeds that could land anywhere.
One of those hits you, it could certainly injure you, could kill you if it has fire on it.
Dust devils are more commonly found over deserts, which can provide the perfect conditions for a vortex to form.
A dust devil happens when the heat of the sun hits the ground and starts rising air, and that rising air can, in a column, start to rotate in the vertical, and then it's picking up dust. In this case, the heat, instead of from the sun, was provided by a fire that they set. And so you have the fire creating the rising air.
The dust devil moves further away from the fire crew and eventually dissipates. No one is injured and no property is damaged, but the vortex caused an extra acre of land to burn.
Real rootin' tootin' little rainfall here. Very awesome.
October 2012. A Florida couple has a front row seat to the storm that's brewing just outside their window in the city of Naples.
This is a favorite pastime, I feel like, of so many people, right? To sit and watch thunderstorms. They're a beautiful thing to watch. They're cool, all the heavy rain and wind. And that's what this person's doing.
Watch this tree. It'll start getting real windy in just a second.
She just happens to have the camera in the right place in the right time, where it looks like there's a tree that gets zapped.
And you see this thing explode, and you have to remember that lightning can be as hot as 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So when something's that hot, you have this huge explosion. And then the best part of that, then the dog's just kind of like doesn't want to move.
What you don't see going on while she's out there filming is there's a tremendous charge that's building up from the ground. And there's a charge in the base of the cloud as well. But once you break that charge, either by precipitation falling out of the cloud or hail or whatnot, whatever allows that charge to come south, you make a connection.
When the storm subsides, the couple heads outside to survey the damage.
You can actually see where the bolt came down through the tree. I mean, the bark is missing. It probably blew off the bark.
When a tree is struck by lightning, it can have an explosive effect. The extreme heat boils the tree's sap and generates steam, causing cells to rupture in the wood, which can blow strips of bark right off the tree.
And once the electricity gets into the ground, it's going to go out through the roots. And if there's something touching those roots, it's going to get zapped as well. In this case, it looks like one of those yard lights was probably touching a root and it melted it. There's a tremendous amount of heat and electricity.
That contact with the garden light ignited the massive fireball that the couple witnessed. They find the light fixture 5 feet from where it had been in the ground, with its wiring burnt to a crisp. Time to test your knowledge about lightning. The state-of-the-art engineering of modern jets keep passengers safe during lightning. Like on these 2 planes struck over the Seattle-Tacoma airport. The mostly aluminum body of the airplane acts as a conductor, with electricity passing around the exterior instead of penetrating inside. Fuel tanks are also tested to ensure they won't ignite during a lightning strike, and all onboard electronics are grounded and protected from electrical surges. This million-dollar view of Chicago is about to get even more incredible. In June 2010, a man is recording video of a thunderstorm that's forming over the city. When suddenly, bolts of lightning strike 3 of the skyline's tallest buildings at exactly the same time.
You can even see not only the main channel, but all these little branches coming off the main bolt as well. I mean, they make for incredible shots. And a lot of photographers I know live for those shots.
These buildings get struck every storm, and they're designed this way. So you notice that kind of pointy part at the top of the buildings? That's the lightning rod. It gives that lightning an easy access point to travel all the way down the side of the building, basically, and then deep into the ground, instead of going into the building where we are. And instead of boiling all the water that's in the building instantly and creating explosions, it goes down those lightning rod paths.
The irony for meteorologists is when the weather gets at its worst and you're supposed to be taking cover, well, we have something else tugging us because we want to watch that weather. So in that event, I would have loved to have been there.
There's always something new to see, there's always more to learn, and it never stops amazing you when you do see it, because it's different every time. Weather's different every day.